Hello and welcome to the Sunday Shale Show. My name is Mike Chadsey and today I'm joined by John Laine of NatGasCar. How you doing, John?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for joining us today. Tell us a quick 30 seconds about you and your background.
Okay, I am the fleet manager here at NatGasCar. I have actually been involved in the natural gas industry for going on 4 years now. Transitioned out to California where this is has been adopted in their state for years now, and back here in Ohio to try and help grow this industry for Ohio as well as the Midwest and the Northeast. So we're taking the technology that's been perfected over the years and implementing it with fleets here locally as well as in other states.
Oh, okay. So you went away and now you're back here in Ohio.
Exactly.
Well, good. Well, welcome back. Talk to us a little bit about the company here at NatGasCar. I mean, how many folks work here?
We're probably, to give exact numbers, I'm not sure, but we're probably a little over 20 employees here at NatGasCar.
20 or so. Okay. So talk to me a little bit about the technology. Obviously, there's quite a bit of conversation today about natural gas development through Marcellus Shale, or particularly here in Ohio, Utica Shale. Talk to me about how we take that out of the ground and put it in these vehicles here and run them. What is the technology that you guys have, without giving any secrets away, to run these vehicles on natural gas? How does that work?
Sure. You know, natural gas is a real hot topic here in Ohio, and it's growing in popularity in larger fleets here in Ohio. And we are involved with taking that gas that's being extracted out of the Utica Shale basins and using it in vehicles as a domestic fuel. More importantly, as a fuel source that is made here in Ohio. So it's an exciting time. You know, natural gas is a very clean burning fuel. It's a very safe fuel. You know, people in their first experience with it may be a little worried about the pressure that these tanks hold, but it's a very safe fuel.
And accessible, because like you said, a lot of it's being produced right here, so we can take it out of the ground here, process it, refine it, transport it, and then actually use it in vehicles that are driven here all over Ohio.
Correct.
Well, that's exciting. That's really exciting. So, if I'm John Q. Public, can I have this in my car, or do I have to be somebody special to have a vehicle like this?
No, absolutely. Anyone can adopt this fuel. One of the main things that's holding the industry back a little bit is the infrastructure. The way we fuel natural gas vehicles is different from traditional gasoline or diesel. Natural gas is in a gaseous form, so it's a little bit different as far as distributing and getting that fuel inside that vehicle to use it. So it takes specialty stations that are being developed here locally as well as across the country, and the main thing is you can't go around to your normal 7-Eleven gas station and find a natural gas station.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, exactly.
So we have a little bit of an infrastructure challenge, and we're just not quite. Are we kind of in a chicken and egg thing here, or how would you describe that?
A little bit. There is the chicken and egg analogy, and we kind of deal with that every day. But those are just hurdles that I think we can overcome pretty quickly in partnering with refueling companies and us helping with the vehicle side.
Got it. Okay. So as we develop those stations, that 7-Eleven, to use your analogy, we're not quite there yet. So as opposed to being a grocery getter, maybe if I run ABC Tax Company or a bus, so it's more of a fleet time, and that's what you focus in. So if I got 50 cabs, I could do this in my cabs.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've worked with a local taxi company here in Cleveland that has the initiative to convert their entire fleet over to alternative fuels. They traditionally were running some propane units for a couple of years, and now they are working with compressed natural gas. And really, they're seeing a substantial savings. Their drivers are saving $150 a week, and that equates to close to $6,000 a year. And that's
Per driver?
That's per driver.
Wow.
And that's money in their pockets to feed their families.
Wow. Actually, you hit on a really important topic here. You talked about money. That's a great next question is, how much does this cost to put in a vehicle, a brand new vehicle right off the GM or Ford assembly line? What are we talking dollar-wise?
Dollar-wise, it fluctuates. I mean, it's based on several factors, but the cost of these systems can average right around $12,000, anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000.
In addition to the cost of the vehicle, this
Correct.
is in addition to that. So we take, depending on the price difference between natural gas and gasoline, that depending on the fluctuation there, how long does it take to get your money back?
Correct.
Do you have an average of how long that would be?
You know, depending on, like you said, depending on the spread between gasoline and natural gas, and you know, you typically, I like to say that you're right around 60 to 70,000 miles to pay off one of these conversions. Okay. And it's, you know, if you're a fleet that has a lot of idle time, like police agencies, they're going to use more fuel than miles that they drive. So I mean, you can look at it several different ways, whether it's fuel consumed or miles driven.
Got it, okay. So when you put this conversion on the car in the engine, is it any louder? Does the car run any different? Is there noticeable changes to the vehicle if you were to do this conversion?
No, the operation of the vehicle itself is pretty seamless.
Is it pretty idiot-proof?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of, simple is kind of the key word.
Sure.
And you know, simple is better in our case. So our systems, you can run a biofuel setup or dedicated. Dedicated is where you run strictly natural gas. You remove the gasoline system and you can only run natural gas, where biofuel, you can run natural gas or gasoline, but they run independently. So it's either running 100% gasoline or 100% natural gas, but you have the ability to switch between the fuels.
Okay. Well, as John, as we wrap up here, I've got an '89 Capri and a 2012 Chevy. Which one would make more sense to put this on?
Well, certainly you'd want to look at newer platforms, because typically you're not going to find an '88 Caprice with less than 50,000 miles. So really, you're going to want, the newer the vehicle, the better, just because you have more of an opportunity to adopt that fuel and get the savings benefit out of that vehicle.
Okay, well, that makes sense then. More bang for your buck long term.
Absolutely.
So, John, tell us a little bit about how we learn about your company, or how do we get in contact with you? And do you have a website, a phone number? How do we learn more about NatGasCar?
Absolutely. I recommend you guys look at our website to start out. We have different platforms for different vehicle types. You know, not just taxi fleets. As you see behind us here, we have a Silverado, but there are several different platforms that we work with, and we're open to new projects. You can start by looking up us on our website at www.NatGasCar.com.
Okay.
And get some information off there, and feel free to reach out to us if you have other questions.
Okay, well, great. Well, John, thanks for joining us today and sharing a little bit about NatGasCar and the opportunities and really the adventure you're on and the investment you're talking about here in Ohio. So thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. And for more information, visit us at eidohio.org. Thanks, John.